It's Wizard Wednesday. It's Wizard Wednesday. Black goat elf, Dotta puppet too. Bearsnake by the ocean blue. It's Wizard Wednesday. It's Wizard Wednesday. Kobolds and green masters soar, putting their rune on the door. It's Wizard Wednesday forevermore. Wizard Wednesday, lore at the core. We are a cult with a world of our own, never forgotten or magic is known. It's Wizard Wednesday, it's Wizard Wednesday. Let's read from the book of lore, legendary wizards at the core. Don't get lost in the quantum shadow, abracadabra is our magical manifesto. Wednesday, Wednesday. Eat a donut, set your soul on fire. The sacred flame on a funeral pyre. The seventh gate with golden locks. The nightmare imp with a treat box. All right. Today is December 11th, 2024. It is Wizard Wednesday. It is a good day to join a cult. Leveling up from the Quantum Downs. This is the Black Goat of the Wood, Elf J Trul, and I've got some friends on stage with me.
Hello, it's the Orange Puppet Dotta. And we've also got...
What up? It's Bear. What's going on, guys? Who else is on stage here? Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you. I can hear him.
Dotta, no! Bad Dotta, bad Dotta.
It's the can you hear me game every time.
He's leveling down.
Yeah,
He's quickly leveling
the connections
down.
are not good.
Well, what? Tad, you're up here. Can you hear us, Tad?
I can hear everybody. Good
Awesome.
afternoon. How's everybody doing? Hope it's magic day for you.
Yeah, I think everybody can hear everybody.
Except for Dotta, who's leveling down.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, Dotta. But Bear, I'm feeling awfully bullish about everything, about the market, about Wizard, or about the project, about XP, about everything, about the Runiverse game, about the comic. How are you feeling?
I'm so bullish. I am. You know what? Here's the thing: is like there's so many. Like every time I bull post, which honestly isn't even in my nature. Like I'm not a braggy person, but I'm being forced to bull post because, first of all, those are the best tweets that perform. And honestly, if we're not getting hype, why would anyone else get hype about us? So I'm forcing myself to level up, even though I don't even need to level up. I'm plenty good level where I am, but I'm leveling up for everybody else. And yeah, I just feel like I was going to say as usual, I'm always pretty bullish about us, but I think there's ebbs and flows where your head's at. I think, right now we're like heads down on a bunch of things that I think will come to fruition sooner than later. And, I don't care that I'm being fucking vague. I am excited and I'm going to stay excited. So yeah, I think the next 3-6 months are going to be just absolutely fantastic. I think it's not so bad to have crypto having its moment too. It's just watching an interview on, I think it was like C-SPAN. Forget who was even on it, but like people are calling for 250 Bitcoin, and it just feels like we've gotten to this breakout moment where it's going to be really hard for anyone to say that crypto in general is going to zero, Bitcoin is going to zero. I think we're sort of past that point. And what does that mean? Well, that means that people are getting introduced to cryptocurrency. It means we're shedding the skins of Silk Road, R.I.P. Silk Road, Free Ross. And like normal people are not going to be put off by it. The first question when you ask a normie about crypto is like, oh, I know it's a scam, right? And I think we're moving into a position where it's like the whole entire the whole entire vibe around it is shifting positive. I think it's just warming up, and when that stuff happens, then all of a sudden, I think businesses that utilize the blockchain are going to get a lot more eyeballs and a lot more attention. And the other thing that I would say is, and this is like from, I think I said this to you and the whole team on our team meeting yesterday, but there was this clip of Mark Andreessen talking about founders and how like founders sort of think about what they're building. And he said something so interesting, and it was about this concept where founders, because they have an idea that is so clear in their heads, they are obsessed with this idea that they're actually late and there's all these other people working on the same thing and they need to get it out. But when in fact, typically speaking, they're really early, and a lot of the times they're too early. And so what I would say is, from like a timeline perspective, you look at like 2020, 21, and 22 with NFTs. Um, he was saying like a lot of times when a technology is invented, it takes 3, 5, 8, 10 years for the killer app to actually, built on top of that tech to sort of really break out. And so if you look at it, we're 3 or 4 years out of 21, 22. I mean, 5 years out of 20. I mean, I think I think our timing's just perfect. It's quite magical.
Damn right, homie. Dota, I don't know if you remember, but back in June or July of 2021, when we were launching Wizards, I remember you and I both wondering, damn, are we too late? Is the NFT cycle over? And then, like, it was like the same day
Yeah.
Cool Cats launched, I remember, and we thought we might be late
Yeah. Huh.
in July of
Right. And we were maybe
2021.
even actually a little too early, honestly.
Yeah.
We preempted kind of like the peak of NFTs. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think AI agents are like don't think that I don't think that AI agents in general are late. I think one of the things that's happening right now is there's a bit of saturation of these like uh, funds where you just like fill out a form and then you have a bot that can tweet or something, right? There are hundreds and hundreds of those, but I think for kind of like what AI agents will be and what they will do, it's almost like it's so early. It's like the early days of the App Store. I mean, I can remember that when you and I were making iPhone, iPad games, we thought we were late too, and we were not. We were quite early. And so it's the same thing with AI. Is it's basically like a new, um, yeah, it'll basically mark like right. You had like the internet, then you had like interactive apps with like Facebook and Gmail, and then you kind of have, let's say, the cloud and then mobile, and then now you'll have AI. It's going to basically redefine everything.
Yeah, it sounds like we went through like Web 1 and then Web 2 and then Web 3, and AI is going to, and quantum computing is going to bring web infinity, I think.
Web
Yeah,
four, Web
the
four.
quantum computing thing. I don't really know what your thoughts are, but like I feel like the quantum computing announcement from Google was a big cause of the drop in Bitcoin. What was it yesterday? Because I think like a lot like it's so funny because it's almost like the market didn't realize, or was it 2 days ago? They didn't like realize exactly that like that was coming. I think if you follow quantum computing, that Google announcement was not that surprising. Like there's been like rumbles of it already. And also the gap between like I don't know if people are curious about this, right? But like the number of qubits that they have that are like error corrected is like 100 or something, 107 or something, which is incredible, right? Like they've really made a meaningful threshold for quantum computing, but you need like an order of millions to actually crack like private keys in Bitcoin. And so that's like, not really close. And um, I think that like quantum computers will be a little bit like Y2K, which is like there will be like a lot of hand wringing around what it means of how it's going to like break the internet, break encryption, break email, break credit cards online, break cryptocurrency. Like it will, if one of our adversaries was the only person that had a quantum computer, it literally like breaks It breaks the whole internet. Not even just like a notion of like privacy on the internet, because you think like, oh, maybe if I do public data, it's like, no, you can't have any credible form of like authentication at all if there's only one person that is able to break any key. But that said, there are like quantum resistant algorithms. We still kind of like we see it coming. There's plenty of time. It'll be like Y2K. Like everything will sort of get upgraded before it happens. So I wouldn't be too worried about quantum computing stealing your crypto.
Yeah,
Surely all you
there's
have to
also
do is update SHA-256 to SHA-1024, and then it's fixed,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. Just add more shots.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, also the news report was kind of like, kind of like, headlines blown out a little bit because like, it sounds really like, cool. It's like, oh, they solved a problem that would be like cause like a million years or whatever to actually solve for a normal computer, classical computing, right? But it's like the problem that it solved was actually specifically designed like for quantum computing. So it's kind of like a little bit of a cheat. It's like a classical computer wouldn't even really like try to solve that problem. But like, it sounds really good for headline. When you dive deeper into it, like, it's still impressive. But like, it makes it sound like a lot more dire, like, oh no, it's coming and we aren't prepared. But it's like, no, it's like it should have been expected. Like it was designed to build to solve this problem, and it did. So it's cool, but it's not something that we particularly are like should be worried about in the immediate future.
Yeah, I'm not worried about quantum computing immediately. What I am worried about is the quantum shadow. And with that, we'll go to cult questions. Okay. Sorry, I had to bring some lore into it. Okay. You know what? Actually, we have some questions about the Runiverse Direct, which is actually sort of a big thing coming up to be announced between us and the Runiverse game. And in fact, I think someone from Bisonic was going to join us on stage today. I don't know if they're here yet. Bear,
They are. They are. Hugo is down south.
Hugo, come up here anytime.
Let's look. I am not a co-host, so I can't invite him. But let's see. He was just in there. I just saw him.
Yeah,
Let me DM. I'll DM him.
While he's coming up, Hugo is a Bisonic team member that I don't think has joined us for Wizard Wednesday before. You all have met other. Oh, there he is. There's Hugo right there. Yeah, I just want to say everyone at Magic Machine loves Hugo.
I love Hugo. I
Ayo.
love Hugo. Say it with me. Yeah, Hugo's. Hi,
Hello.
Hugo. Welcome. Nice warrior.
Hey.
Hello. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Yep.
I guess this is the first time we're formally meeting or speaking. I've been behind the scenes. I'm relatively newer to the team. I was joining just as we were moving in with Ronan. So it hasn't been that long, but we've been heads down planning on a lot of stuff, and I've been watching all the chatter. And I know people hate announcements, but we have to do it to you guys anyways. And also want to shout out Super Dino if he's listening, who's been super hard at work on this direct as well as Matt.
Yeah, Dean, if you want to come up too, you're totally welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dean and Hugo. I just want to take a moment here. When Dean and Hugo joined the Bisonic team, I think it was a breath of fresh air. Not because we didn't already love working with the Bisonic team. It just felt like you guys really like. You can talk about what you do, right? You lead marketing and like sort of creative marketing and all the assets that are getting pushed out. But like, it felt like you guys really understood what people in Web3 and in general games are looking for in terms of like how we communicate, what we're communicating, when we're communicating. And so just want to say it's just been such a pleasure working with you guys. And I know we're just getting started, but you guys feel like family, and I'm so happy to have you here.
Yeah, we're absolutely stoked to be here, and I think it's because our background, and I'm speaking a little bit for Dean here as well, but our background comes from live service, very community focused game development and marketing. So it was a really natural fit seeing the type of community that's already been fostered and just how we can provide them information, clarity, and above all, entertainment and excitement. And I think the Runiverse Direct is going to be your first look at like what we've been cooking up as kind of like a new team. Obviously we were there for New Foundations as well, but I think our hairs were all a little bit collectively on fire at that time. So this is like really our first, like, you know, feet on the ground. Let's do this in a big way. And, you know, obviously really appreciate the patience that everyone's given us to put this together, because I know everyone's been asking for more details across various things. But yeah, super excited.
Hell yeah. So Hugo, I shared this tweet at the top. The tweet basically says, "Join us for Runiverse Direct this Friday." And then a few days before that, there was a teaser shared that just said December 13th. So do you want to connect those two tweets?
Yeah, so Runiverse Direct is happening this Friday, December 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern, or 5 p.m. if you're on the Pacific time zone. And then I believe if you're in Europe, like around like Portugal, Spain area, that's going to be around 2 a.m., which I know is not great for Europe, but we also wanted to make sure we were available for Asia and that region. So we've tried to make it, you know, as least painful across all areas of the world, because we truly want everyone to come in and experience this first Runiverse Direct, because there will only ever be a first one. And then everyone after that's going to be not number one. So we wanted to make this one truly, truly special.
And you'll never forget the first.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
What's up,
Yo!
Dean? Hello.
Dean Machine.
Hello.
Why don't
Hello,
you guys?
Dean.
Well, why don't you guys like introduce yourselves and talk about like what roles you guys play? I think that would be good, and then we can get into other stuff.
Sure, I'll let Hugo go first because he's the important one.
Hard to but yeah, my name's Hugo. I'm the head of marketing at Bearsnake. I've been in the games industry over 10 years now. The bulk of that, you know, 8+ years has been live service games on some top Steam free-to-plays, as well as some other titles. And yeah, now really excited to be joining Bearsnake and working with this crew on Forgotten Runiverse.
Yeah, and I'm Dean. I actually worked with Hugo for, I don't even know how many years, 8, I think. I've been
8 or 9.
Something like that. I've been in the gaming industry in a professional sense for 14 years, and then loosely, I also used to have like a Nintendo fan site when I was younger. So I've been tangentially in the gaming industry for just about 21 years, which is nuts. So yeah, it's been fun. I am the creative director of marketing. And you know, live streams and live events are kind of in my blood. So doing the Runiverse Direct with Bearsnake and the Forgotten Runiverse is it's going to be really fun, and I can't wait for you guys to see what we got cooking, because the show is shaping up to be pretty special.
You guys have been grinding so hard. I'm excited for everybody to see it.
I do miss sleep. But it's worth it.
I have a giant bottle of Dr. Pepper beside me right now. Keeping me caffeinated, man.
That's actually my favorite drink. Funny enough. Like,
It's mine too.
I love Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, same.
Can you guys talk about? Wait, can I just ask a question?
Of course, anyone can.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's our show. I can do whatever I want. You know, I remember it was even a couple. Was it like a month ago? It was the three of us on a call. Hugo, Dean, and myself. And I was like, "Well, guys, like, just tell me how you're feeling about the game in general. Like, where do you feel like we stack up? You guys have worked on live service games, and like, can you talk a little bit about how you feel about it? Because I know I got off that call being like, "Oh my god, we're going to smash and just do so well." But I think it was meaningful because you guys have been in live service games for so long, and so I think your perspective, I think, is pretty powerful.
So I'll cut in quick. I'm sure Hugo has something more meaningful to say, but I'll give a little bit of like an anecdotal personal experience. I think I told this story to you, Bear, but when I first started playing, you know, when I first came on and I got to, you know, play the dev build and everything kind of behind the scenes, you know, getting familiarized with the game was one thing, but when we had New Foundations and that test was available for a little while, and I would find myself, not only playing the game to, capture footage for like future trailers and other social things that we were working on, but like my day would end and I would sit on the couch, throw on a TV show, and then log back into the game. And I would grind for materials, or I would play for, certain roles at the font of memory and all that kind of stuff. And like I was trying to do the free to play path and succeeding. And I don't typically do that for a lot of games. I'm not a fan of hardcore grinding. And not to say Forgotten Runiverse has hardcore grinding, but it was like there was an element of fun that, and I'm not saying this because, I'm part of the team and all that. I'm legitimately saying this as a person, as a player of, multiple mobile games and, other free to play games and live service games. There was a hook that Forgotten Runiverse got into me the very first weekend playing it. And I kind of echoed this to Bear when he was asking how things were going, and like that's rare to happen to me, and I can tell that it's happening to a lot of people as well, which is a very good thing. So from my perspective, a game like this and how comfortable and cozy it is to play and how fun and expansive the world is, I've seen multiple games in development and games that exist out there that don't have as compelling of a gameplay loop that Forgotten Runiverse has. And I think that's special. And I think that's something that will give this title, a lot of longevity into the future.
Bullish.
Dean, I love that.
Yeah, that I don't know if I can top that. I mean, there's two different angles that I'll address. Just given, one will be more on like the professional sense, and the other one will be more on like the personal sense. So on the professional side, I can't go too deep into this, obviously, but we're just in the beta phase right now, and relative to a lot of live games, Web 2 or Web 3, we are crushing. So that's a good sign, no matter how you take it, right? So obviously, I can't get too into details there. I don't want to get a cease and desist order from Bear, but that is really good sign. And then more towards the actual gamer side of things, to me, I have really fond memories of playing a lot of different games, obviously. But there is a certain type of game that's really close to my heart, and that's Super Nintendo JRPGs like Chrono Trigger and the old school Final Fantasies. And to me, it's like Runiverse feels so much like if you took everything that made Final Fantasy like 6 on Super Nintendo magical, and then you crushed it together with like RuneScape and like what that felt like socially. And then even like if you look at this game and what it could be 2-3 years down the line, you start looking at like almost like bringing in World of Warcraft systems and depth of like that type of MMORPG, and you really have such an amazing experience. And then you hit them with something different. And that differentiator that I've seen from my perspective, and I could be wrong, but I've spent hours looking into this, and I was gushing to Dean about this as well. I can't think of a single game, Web 2 or Web 3, that has an active time bar battle system that is multiplayer in an online capacity. I don't think that exists. I could be dead wrong. I've looked everywhere. I've chat GPT'd it. I can't find anything. So across all those things, like it really is the type of game that takes me back to like waking up, having a sleepover with friends, waking up early, rushing to the Super Nintendo, like blowing the cartridge, loading up your save file and going. But now with like a social layer and an online multiplayer capacity. And it's just like, it gives me chills thinking of what this game can become and where we are right now, which is like beta testing. We're looking for bugs, and it already feels so special. So,
And can we talk about the music and how just calming and amazing it is? Like I've heard tracks that aren't public yet, and man, I want an album. I want it on Spotify. I want it everywhere. Like, man, it is such a relaxing, chill vibe in this game. And for like battling monsters and being wizards, like it's such a cool like dynamic. I don't know.
Yeah, distributing the OSTs on our radar. We don't have like anything to share there, but it's definitely on our radar, and we've done it before in other capacities, in like our past lives, Dean and I. So we know how to do it.
You guys are hyping me up so much for the game. Listening to you talk, I'm so glad we brought you on. I agree with everything you're saying. You just reminded me we should bring the musician on. What's his name? I forgot. I forgot his name. Unfortunately, but I've seen him on Twitter.
I think Matto probably knows his name off the top of his head. We were just talking about him as well.
Carlos. Let me actually get
Carlos.
It's Carlos. Yeah, let me actually get his. He actually recently tweeted out like a piano version of like piano rendition of one of the tracks in the game. It's
And my
actually
first
really
reaction
good.
was more, please.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, get like piano renditions of
I
like
wanna
all the
know.
tracks in the game. I actually like still also remember like there's one point internally where it was like I think there was like a video that Dean put out, and when Bear was reviewing it, Bear was like, "Do we have like the rights to use this track?" Because it was like a really good like art JRPG sounding track. It was like really intense, and he's like, "Dude, like this, do we have the rights to use this like a Final Fantasy music?" He's like, "No, this is our music. This is Runiverse music. Of course we have the rights to use it."
Nice.
Hey, we have a. I don't know if you guys can answer it, but we have a question from chat, and it says, "Will there be different worlds servers?" Question mark. Is there anything we can say about that? And if not, if you can't say anything about that, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I would say like the reality is Dean and I come from the marketing team, and like I don't want to take a guess and be wrong, or even like if I think I know, I would probably just leave it to one of the
fair.
be
All
just
right,
absolutely sure. Yeah,
I got you. No worries. So confirmed, different servers. It's amazing.
not what I said, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, I had a question. Hugo, earlier you talked about the the time that the Runiverse Direct will be released, and you tried to choose a time that was super accommodating. But will this be recorded for people who just can't make the live release of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the VOD will be available pretty much everywhere, but yeah, the VOD will be available on our Twitch page, our YouTube. We'll probably get it up on the main Ruins YouTube as well. So we'll definitely have the opportunity to give everybody the opportunity to watch it if you miss it live, and then of course we will be probably tweeting about it several times over and over again afterwards to make sure that people don't miss it.
Awesome.
Another question from chat I'm seeing is, will Runiverse Direct be a reoccurring event? That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, Dean, you want to take this one?
I hope so. I think it's, we definitely have a lot to talk about on Friday. And I think there are plans in the future, whether or not it's a direct in the same format or something a little more, I don't want to use the word intimate, but a little more personal with the team. We definitely have plans moving forward, especially as we, head towards the early access early next year. So yes, there will be more in terms of what format it takes, still to be determined, but definitely you'll be hearing more from us in the near future in this.
Yeah, if you
capacity.
guys watch it, if everybody watches it and retweets it, amplifies it, then we'll do more. You guys tell us.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like all jokes aside, like if this is received really well by the community, it's definitely going to light a fire under us to continue doing these every year and go bigger and bigger as much as we can. And I'm hoping that, if we're in a position to do more of these, that, we also take into account a lot of what the community wants to know about. I keep saying community. I just saying cult. Well, what the cult?
It's the cult.
Yeah, what the cult wants to know about is what we would want to address in future ones. And then, I guess I'll probably leak this a little bit. But
What?
No,
I'm
no,
afraid,
you're
Hugo, what
good.
do
You're
you-
good.
We leak things prematurely all the time on this
I
show.
legitimately have not been sending things for review
No,
to
no,
certain people
yeah.
so they don't
No,
get leaked. So what are you doing?
no, no. This isn't Runiverse Direct related 100%. But
Okay,
we
good.
do want to have other community touch points outside of Runiverse Direct that are more reoccurring, like because Runiverse Direct is so special. It's really like a once a year type of thing. That's to the scale of what you're going to witness on Friday. It's like a once a year event, right? It's like the Super Bowl of our game, is the best way. Well, I'm Canadian, so I should say Stanley Cup of our game, but that's how special this event and how much love has been put into this event for you guys for Friday. But we want to have more because, like I said, Dean and I come from a very community-driven game background, and we want to infuse that because we know that's also what the cult is looking for. So we'll have more on that later, but it's definitely on our radars to do that as well.
Yeah, and I think doing something smaller scale, maybe per discipline, where we talk a little bit about, one aspect of the game and we get people to talk about that part of the game that maybe the cult is interested in, like that's definitely plausible and doable, and we've had early discussions about it. So don't want to get too deep. Hugo's kind of been Mr. Cryptic about it, and I'm going to continue to also be Mr. Cryptic about it.
We're supposed to be streaming that direct cut that you sent to me, right? Like right now?
I can't. My heart would hurt so much.
Oh my god, I would never do that to you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah,
I could load up the file and just play a little bit of the audio over top.
Oh my god!
No, not happening.
The countdown.
We haven't made it this far to make it have a leak 48 hours before it happens.
Dean was so careful. He even abbreviated all the file names of the images, and people went and checked. They actually, I saw in the Discord, they saved it out to see what it was titled, and we just had RDTs. So people were like, "Oh, what's this?" So if we would have named that file fully what it was, people would have already known what it was immediately.
I learned that lesson the hard way a long time ago when somebody cracked open some metadata, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, good to know." So.
One thing funny about this, the Runiverse Direct, is Hugo and Dean asked Bear, Dotta, and I to actually record some sections as a part of it, and so I recorded mine on my own home equipment, and I sent it in, and Bear said, "This is terrible. You need to be way more high energy. Redo it." And so I did.
I'm sorry.
No, but honestly, you were right, man.
Well, that's why it's so great to work with you. I mean, well, we fight all the time too, but you were just you're right. You calling me out. But then I recorded mine, and I'm like, I'm so bad at this. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna apologize to everybody listening on the show right now. I am so, when a camera turns on me, unless I'm on a panel and I'm kind of in a zone and it's more conversational, I literally go. I mean, I can't call myself the word that I want to call myself publicly, but I just turn into such a weirdo, and it's so awful. I'm sorry. That's not who I am. Okay, end rant.
Yeah, no, it is. If Wizard Wednesday had a camera, I think it would be a totally different vibe. But yeah, guys. Well, Hugo and Dean, it's very exciting. I'm so glad you guys decided to do this. I know that we at Magic Machine, when we watched the first cut, we were all very impressed, and we all just immediately agreed, wow, this was such a good idea. I'm glad that we're doing this, because this is exactly what the game needs, something like this.
Well, thank you. When Hugo came to me and was like, "Hey, Dean, let's do this thing," and I was like, "Okay, let's try," because we've done this before in our past lives, and we've done quite a few of them. Like when we used to do these kind of events live every year, and then when the pandemic hit and we were forced to go remote and do all that kind of stuff in a semi pre-recorded way, that really cut our teeth on the process for this. So I felt really confident when he reached out and was like, "Yeah, this would be a pretty crazy idea. Let's pitch it." And I wasn't as concerned as I would have been had I never done it, right? So I'm really happy that everybody on, you know, both sides of the table, like between Bisonic and Magic Machine, jumped at the chance to participate. And, you know, we put a lot of effort and a lot of really, really cool people, you know, in front of the camera to talk about a lot of really interesting and amazing stuff that's coming up for the game. So I, like Hugo said earlier, I really hope that this gets, you know, received well. The initial internal reaction, you know, everybody's really happy with it, which is great. But you know, the proof is in the pudding, and the proof is in what the cult feels. And again, we're really, really excited, and I really hope you guys enjoy, you know, what we have in store for you coming up on the
Proof of
13th.
cult.
Proof of cult.
Yeah, I know I've said it before already, but there's just so much love put into this, and like there are some major reveals and all new information, and then there's just more of that and more of that, and yeah, it's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, by the way, Hugo and Dean, people in our Discord are now saying they want to replace me and Bear with Hugo and Dean. So
It was good.
So
It was
yeah, you
nice
guys-
knowing you guys.
yep. So here's me channeling out. Hugo and Dean, take it over.
All I have to say for that, chat,
Couple Canadians in church.
chat, you don't go out for hamburgers when you have steak at home, and Magic Machine here is the steak. So. you don't want
wait,
Dean and
hold
I
on.
to take over this.
Listen, we're all
What- hold on.
steaks. We're
What
all
kind of hamburger
steaks.
am
We're all
I?
steaks, boys.
What is going on?
Dean, you're like a Five Guys smash burger.
Ooh.
There's enough meat on stage to go around for everyone.
Speaking of steaks, I don't know if anyone's.
I thought you were going to say, speaking of smash burgers.
No, I was going to say, speaking of steaks, Nalgene, my wife's out of town, and so me, Nalgene, and my son cooked a ton of steaks last night. I posted some pictures. It was lovely. So yeah, we are eating steak. We're all steak. You know, Colt loves steak. Colt loves meat.
All right.
I really want to be like, looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Perfect Lord of the Rings reference.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, well, guys, anything else before you, or you guys can stick around, honestly. But I was going to pivot off of the direct for a moment, unless there's anything else you wanted to add.
Yeah, no worries. I don't know if anyone has any last questions, but yeah, we're just so excited, and we really hope everyone shows up Friday at 8 p.m.
There it is. Very exciting. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, let's see. I've got a few other cult questions I want to get to, and then I want to talk about Meeple's treasure trove. And Meeple, if you're around, please come up. Okay. Bear, this one, I'm going to point this one at you, Bear. Sharon is asking, is the release date for the, I think she means the hardback still December 21st for the comic? And when are the next set of comics supposed to be out?
Okay, good question. No, I think they are going out the last week of December. They were coming out before holiday, but I know that there was not just like a print issue with us, but there was like a big print issue with the printing company. But they should be going out by the end of the year. I think they'll probably land in homes first week in January. Don't quote me on that. I'll double check and then make sure to put an announcement out and let everybody know. And then in terms of comics coming after that, what's cool is, you know what? I'm not going to say anything about that. But what I will say is I really love this frequency of doing a comic more or less every month for 5 months, and then pausing, and then binding those, and then doing a graphic novel as a soft cover or soft back. And so yeah, I think you can look for the rest of the series in 2025. That's what I'll say.
Nice. Great. Okay. SPZ is asking, you mentioned something about new souls a while back. Any news on that or care to elaborate? SPZ, I was trying to remember what you're talking about. And I think what you're talking about is I think the conversation was like there's been a lot of art shared on unrevealed souls, and I was saying that that art is out of date and those souls don't exist. And then that there are, however, a bunch of like still legendary unrevealed souls to be revealed. So I mean, yeah, I mean, all I can say is like more sacred flames need to be burned to reveal those. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool legendary souls that have not been revealed, um, and they are not the ones that leaked and are being shared around. That art is no longer relevant, I guess. I think that's what you're asking, SPZ. I'm not totally sure, but there you go. Okay, and then Snoop Doug is asking a technical question about 3D. He said a while ago you mentioned that there's different projects using different standards. Has anything improved between the different NFT projects to make 3D models more compatible? Snoop, this is an ongoing thing that everybody who is working in 3D is still working on. I think the last time we intersected with 3D and other projects was Halloween with Edison. Um, I think like really just the technical standards are still roughly the same, but it's not that it really has caused us any problems. I mean, we were able to integrate all of our assets into Edison's platform. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely still ongoing. Like I know that Nifty Island and Other Side and a bunch of other projects are still working on this compatibility issue. I could give a long rant on this about how like Autodesk and Blender and all of these industry leaders are just really not cooperating in Unity and Unreal, and it's a big chaotic mess. But and it's not just NFT projects; it's just the 3D industry in general. But we're making it work. The event with Edison went really well. Nifty Island is still using all of our assets, so one way or another, we'll build the metaverse. um, and then I don't know if you had anything to add to that, Bear, but I still want to do more stuff with Edison. I saw they really tweeted something out today, and it looked amazing. But yeah, I'm so glad we have 3D characters of all of our or 3D models of all of our characters now. Okay, Meeple Dad's treasure trove. Guys, the treasure troves are arriving at people's places as we speak.
I'm so
Um,
jealous. I can't wait to get mine.
yeah, I got mine. I haven't opened it yet. But Bear, I think Bear, you said you might do an unboxing for us, an unboxing video. Bear, you're on mute.
Here's the thing. Sorry, I was talking. I can open it up and talk about all the things in it, but it feels so weird not to have a video of that and just have it be audio. What do you guys want me to open it up? And it's like I'm staring at it right now. I'm staring.
Yeah,
All right,
open it up.
Wow,
Talk pieces to
Dotta.
pieces. It's a celebration.
Okay, let's do this. Okay. All right, well, let me walk over to it. I'm standing over this box.
Yeah.
It looks
Get out the
it
box,
literally I'm going to do my best to describe. Looking at this box, it looks like a treasure chest. Oh my god, it's Gwyneth Paltrow's head. No, I'm just kidding. I know.
Geez, spoiler alert, guys.
I wonder whose head I got.
So it looks like an actual treasure chest. It's a bit taller than most treasure chests. I would say it probably weighs around 12 pounds. Okay, so I'm opening up. There's even and it says Forgotten Runes Treasure Trove on the top. It has a rune. I'm unlocking this plastic lock. And I'm flipping over the top. Okay, wow. There's a lot of stuff in here. All right. At the top of this thing is... Look at this. Listen, you guys hear this? That's a zipper.
I can hear
That's
it.
a zipper from a zip-up hoodie that says FRWC on the front. And there is a sick Join the Cult female wizard on the back. I feel like Meeple probably has talked about who did this illustration. I don't know. It could be Tanya. It looks like Tanya's. Okay, moving on. There is also a black T-shirt with really nice print quality of a group of wizards playing a card game.
That one was done by Tanya, I think. That illustration.
This looks like Tanya. Maybe the other one isn't. Oh, you know what? I bet it's Daniela is the back of the sweatshirt. I bet the back of the sweatshirt is Daniela. Okay, so that's really cool. It's all very cobalt colors, so Jitsi, you'll be happy. All right, next item up. I'm pulling this out. This is a mat, almost like, oh, wow. This is a Forgotten Runes original elf map from day one of the entire map. It's almost like a mouse pad. You probably play some sick TCG games on it, but this is the full map. This is like the full expanse. This is 1,000 years in the future, Pangea style. So that's really nice, in the original colors. Next up is issue 0. Look at this, issue 0. I haven't even looked at issue 0. Still has the Coinbase wallet advertisement on the back cover, which is
wait, issue 0 of the comic book.
Issue 0. But you know what else is really cool about this is, let's see. Yeah, you can still download the cover variants. So we have issue 0, which is fantastic. We have another. Oh no, we have a pair of socks. It looks like wow. We have a pair of rainbow-colored, I'd say mid-length socks. And yeah, it's rainbow colored and it says magic on it. Okay, this is pretty.
Those are the socks that Hugh Master Wizards wear.
Yes, this is a Hugh Master sock. There's also another pair of socks that says kobolds are green. There's cobalt heads everywhere. Oh my god, this is so.
I think that one has a printing error.
Yeah, no, that's actually perfect. It's very green, quite green. Wow. What is this? Oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry.
Wait. Okay, honestly, Bear, I kind of want you to stop because you're spoiling it for me.
I love it.
Are you guys liking it? Oh my god.
No, stop right there, because if you're gonna reveal like a surprise.
What? These are all surprises. Oh my god, I'm looking in here. Dude.
No, but everything you've said actually has been revealed by Meeple, like in Twitter. But if there's like an unannounced item, don't announce it yet.
Okay. Well then I won't say what I'm holding in my hand. I'm gonna tuck that away.
Bear, I have a question.
Yeah,
I have a
talk
question.
to me. We're halfway through.
You guys are the biggest teasers. It's like we're incapable of revealing new information on Wizard Wednesday.
Yeah. Well,
that's Elf. I'm down to say everything here.
Well, I don't want him to. Bear, tell me this.
Yeah.
How many card packs did you get?
All right, I'm literally counting them right now. There's so many. Hold on. There's so many. Oh my god, there's really a ton. Meeple, holy freak. This is incredible. Okay, I can barely hold them in one hand. Okay, so I'm looking at a foil wrapped trading card pack. Has a secret tower on the front. It says Forgotten Runes cult content trading cards. Meeple has definitely been sharing videos of these. I am not going to crack a pack. I will film myself cracking a pack. There's 1, 2.
Wait, actually, Bear, I want you to open every single one and tell us one by one which card you got.
Okay. No, you'll get jealous. Okay, so let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 packs of cards that are all wrapped.
Amazing.
So if you order this, I just spilled a bunch of things. If you order this, you're gonna get a ton. You're gonna get 12 packs of trading cards. Let's see. Yeah. Of course, there is a shrink wrapped Runes TCG trading card set in here as well. If you don't know, then you gotta get to know. There is the cutest. Look at this. It's like a woven style mini plushie. Like that the things that like kids like strap to their backpacks. It's like that, but it's a little frog. Oh my god!
It's Litho.
It's Litho the frog. Okay, that's amazing. I think he posted that. Let's see here. Oh, this is Meeple's card set. Okay, you know what? Meeple, you've probably talked about this, but there's this card set in here, and maybe I shouldn't be talking about it because it hasn't been revealed. But anyway, that looks really cool. Meeple, if you want to come up and talk about it. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are OG enough, but if you know who Lil Nas is, Lil Nas was here. So from the Moron Camp, Lil Nas is based on Nosferatu, the one of the souls, one of the rarest souls, and there's a Little Nas bottle opener. Love it. Okay,
Cool.
let's see. Wow, it looks like. Oh, okay. So Meeple was talking about this last week. Then there's a piece of paper that says Valentina has been trapped in the quantum shadow. And basically, this is a big treasure hunt to find the seed phrase to unlock a wallet that has some stuff in it, which is quite exciting. On top of that, there is a fantastic thank you note. It looks like it's from Meeple himself. It has the full packing list of everything that I'm talking about. Yeah, look at this. It has a list of all the different trading cards. This is incredible. On top and on the back of this are stuck trading cards of the Eternal Rose and Catherine, which I believe Catherine is Meeple's daughter. Is that correct?
It's Meeple daughter.
Meeple daughter. It's Meeple daughter. So the Eternal Rose, and the thing that I will not talk about that you don't want me to reveal that's new has something to do with Meeple daughter too. So shout out. And then okay, so then there's our own 20-sided die, which I believe we sent to Meeple that we originally made. No, Meeple made those. Meeple made those originally. And then finally, we talked about this last week. It's in my hands. I'm looking at it. It is the Forgotten Runes Wizards Cult Secret Tower custom Lego set.
Yeah.
And it's as awesome as I thought it would be. This is so sick. There's even like a Lego logo that just says FRWC. On the back, it says the Secret Tower, one of the most enigmatic places in all the Runiverse. Its walls hold immense knowledge and power, and this tiny version can hold your ledger just as well.
I love
sick.
it.
Place inside the secret compartment and let the tower be the safe to your most cherished treasures. I'm just gonna open it. I'm definitely not building it right now because I want to do this at home. God,
yeah, guys. I mean, we've said it before, but this Treasure Trove 2.0 that Meeple Dad put out is just one of the most impressive cult projects we've seen in years. And if you didn't get one, man, you missed out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm holding the book, the instruction manual. I mean, it's like a real freaking Lego book with the instructions.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I can't believe it. This is sick. Meeple, this is amazing. And like that's all the stuff in it. What I wanted to say is, and I know we talked about it before. I think, transparently, I think it's really important for us as a company, as well as community and cult, to support the big builders here, the big and small builders. And obviously, Meeple has gone through a ton of time and effort and resources to put this together. I think we really need to be supporting him. I believe that the sales are over. I'm guessing that's true because I have mine.
No.
Oh no, are they still open?
Yeah, they're still open. Pre-orders closed, so you may not be able to get your chosen size of a hoodie or a shirt. But he said that he may even have reorders. But no, they're not closed. I think you just reach out to Meeple. He can get you set up.
All right, if someone could, I have my hands full with all this stuff. If someone on stage could find the link and pin it to the top of this space, please go order this. This would be a gift for honestly anyone. I think kids would love it. I think adults who are probably listening into this would love it. If you were on the fence, I think it's time to hop off the fence and order it. This is really, really impressive, super high quality. And I think to sort of like throw some fire on top, I think what we're going to end up doing is for the people who did order these already, we are going to run a campaign, and basically, and we'll send out the details. But we're gonna ask people to create and shoot unboxing videos, basically what I just did, but filming themselves. You don't even have to be in it. You can do it from POV and just shooting down and go through that, do a box opening video, post it onto Twitter, and some lucky winners are going to get some NFTs. I think we're going to throw some Warriors in there. We're going to throw some Runiverse assets in there. All you got to do is give Meeple some love and make a really awesome box opening video. So there you go. I'm tired from talking so much.
Bear, I had no idea you were gonna put that contest out there, but I love that idea. That's a good idea.
Hey man, we gotta support the big boys, and Meeple has just put something together so special. So let's push it out, everyone. And by the way, I have a root beer in my fridge that I'm about to open with the Little Nas bottle cap. How about that?
All right, it's magical and useful.
Yeah, functional, utility.
Yeah, magic and machine.
Can't even open a root beer with a wizard. I mean, come
on. Okay, well, excellent unboxing, Bear. I think you've entered the contest with that unboxing you just did. But we're almost out of time, so how about we go ahead and jump right into the cult content chronicle compiled by
the illustrious
Tony Del Rio.
Every damn week.
Oh! Hey, send it.
Best one yet, guys. All right, let's jump in. Number one, the treasure trove. Bear just did an unboxing for us, and Adam Hollander posted a really great post about his unboxing. You can pretty much see all the items that Bear just talked about in that photo. And as I look at this, I'm trying to decide like what my favorite item is in there. I can't decide. There's so many things in there I love. Like each one item alone is enough of a reason to order the whole treasure trove. There's just so much good stuff in there. Okay, moving on. MapleDad has also announced a fun game. It's incorporated with the treasure trove. I think there's clues in the treasure trove that will help you out with this particular game that Meeple has attached to it. And then number three, this was a really cool thing. Directive Creator has been modding some games lately and putting wizard models in these games. The particular game in this example is Dragon Ball Z fighting game. Man, I know that when we saw this at Magic Machine the other day, we were like, holy crap, did he just build a fighting game with wizards?
Yeah. Looked
And
amazing.
Juan was like, no, dude, they just modded Dragon Ball Z.
Still, it was like a good example of just how incredible the wizards look when put into the right context.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that toon shader is just looking so good on this particular wizard model.
And the fact that anybody can even like have their wizard like used for something like this, right? Like it's just like he can use like a wizard from the collection in it. It's not just like one kind of like standard model like other collections may have just like one model. It's like any wizard he wants to pick from, he can throw in there and just start messing around with it. It's cool.
Exactly. Yep. I love it. Yeah, Directive Creator. This was just such a cool thing, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he's working on some other mods as well.
He's always modding something.
It's so fun. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I mean, and not just a wizard. He put an ape in here. I think he's doing some Grills Gang stuff. So yeah, just really great content. Why Sam the Viper is back. We haven't seen Why Sam in a while, but I'm glad to see he's back. And he's got a really beautiful piece that he made with one of Sharon's characters. Yeah, Why Sam? I'm so glad to have you back, man. And this is a beautiful piece that you made. And then speaking of beautiful pieces, Joseph Rust showed us this just a really awesome like little sculpture of his wizard that I apparently was a surprise birthday gift. Did you guys see this? I thought it was so cool.
Yeah. I don't even know how you would like model that, like
make
use it in Magic of Voxel or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But man, I want to see more of these. It's just such a beautiful little piece. Very cool, Joseph. And then DAOX Lab did a really awesome sketch of a battle mage. This is the most battle mage I've ever seen. I mean, yeah, that is a battle mage, if you ever wondered. I even love the way he interpreted the staff as like more of like just a club that you would wield like a warrior. Clooney the Rat is continuing to build on Nifty Island. He's built this really cool character that's just made out of the D20 dice, the icosahedron. Super fun. And then Meeple Dad shared a new piece that he commissioned Shadowy 30 to make. Bear, Dotta, did you guys notice the little snowman versions of us in the background?
Cute. I did not notice that until you just pointed it out.
There they are. If you ever wondered what we look like as snowmen, there it is. And then Magus Devon shared commission from Naya_PNG of the legendary wizard. Magus Devon of the Quantum Downs. Mark Fine shared a work in progress that I also think Meeple Dad commissioned. I think that's Meeple Dad's wizard in there. David Azul posted a work in progress of a new illustration that he is working on. Virgilius the Sorcerer made a fun gen around the Level Up XP meme. I kept sharing this in the Magic Machine Discord because what I think we all realized the day we announced the token was, wow, Level Up is such a memeable concept, and I'm so glad that we went with it. Wild Mage shared a fun gin of a cute little witch, inspired by XP. Wizard from the Blizzard. I'm not sure if I've heard of Wizard from the Blizzard before. This might be a new cult member. But yeah, they shared a fun pixel image of a wizard conjuring. Looks like maybe some kind of void. I'm not sure. Meeple Dad also posted a fun meme. I think it's about wizards versus warriors. I'm not totally sure. And then Nard, guys, Soda is now running Nard's account. The dog runs.
Finally.
Yeah.
I'll listen. If Soda told me to do anything, I'd do it. I don't even care. Jump off a bridge, jumping off a bridge, Soda. Anything for you.
There you go, Soda. You've got the power.
Yeah. Throw a stick, I'll chase it. I'll bring it back to you.
Meeple Dad continuing with Riddles in the Dark, day 345, and Magic Monday News continuing. And I think coming up, the special guest is Nico 5D. Very cool. And I think that is it for the Chronicle. And we are out of time. I just want to say, Hugo and Dean, thanks for joining Wizard Wednesday.
Guys.
You're welcome back anytime.
My pleasure. It was so much fun. Loved listening, and also loved seeing all that artwork as well. That was so cool.
Yeah. Our community
awesome.
is very creative.
Thanks for having us.
You know what?
Our Canadian voices,
losing to you there, guy.
Oh yeah, there you bud.
Yeah.
Tell you all about it.
Not your guy, buddy.
But no, actually, that reminds.
Not your guy, man.
That reminds me. I think when live service launches, or even maybe around some playtests that might be coming up, I think we should start having more art-related challenges and not competitions, well, maybe competitions. Anyway, I would love to see more Runiverse art in the Cult Content Chronicle. So let's make that happen.
Agreed. Love it. Okay. Well, this has been Elf, Bear, Dotta, Hugo, and Dean, Matatsuki, and all of the wizards of the Forgotten Runes Wizards Cult. Leveling up from the Quantum Downs. GN, everybody.
Bye.
See ya!
Channeling from the quantum downs. It's Wizard Wednesday. It's Wizard Wednesday. Black goat elf, Dotta puppet too. Bearsnake by the ocean blue. It's Wizard Wednesday. It's Wizard Wednesday. Kobolds and dream, master sword.